Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about praying for Israel and two specific things that we can pray for the people of Israel. I was reading in Psalm 95 and it says, today if you will hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as in the days of the rebellion. And it goes on to say that they were not able to enter into his rest because of this. And so if you take the opposite of that, hearing his voice and having a soft heart of flesh that's open to him, then you can enter into his rest. And so we know right now that the people of Israel, the majority of them do not believe in Jesus. They've rejected him, and so they have not entered into his rest. But there remains this promise of God of entering into his rest, as the writer of Hebrews says. And there remains this promise for the people of God to enter into his rest. And so God has great promises for Israel, and he says that he will save them, that they will know him, that he will be their God and they will be his people. And so we want to pray for him these two things. We want to pray for them to hear his voice, and we want to pray for them to have soft and open hearts to him. This is actually part of the new covenant promise. In Jeremiah 31 it says, "This is the new covenant that I'll make with the house of Israel, that I will write my word on their hearts, and that they will all know me, from the least to the greatest." And also in Ezekiel 36 and 37 it talks about flesh coming onto the bones, that dry bones will live. And it talks about him giving them a new heart, replacing the heart of stone with the heart of flesh. And so we can even compare this to the covenant that was given to Moses on Mount Sinai. It was written on tablets of stone. Compared to the new covenant is that God writes his word, his law, on the hearts. And so there's this contrast between the heart of stone, a hard heart, and a heart of flesh, a heart that is soft to the Lord, a new heart. And so in Psalm 95, when I was reading this made me think, man, if it says they didn't hear his voice and that their hearts were hardened to him, that's why they couldn't enter into his rest, that these are two things that we should pray for the people of Israel. We should pray that they will hear his voice, and we should pray that they will have a soft heart to him. And this is praying in accordance with God's will. This is exactly what the word says. This is what he says will happen. His promise to the people of Israel is that he will give them a new heart, a heart of flesh, that he will write his word on the hearts of men. This is the new covenant. So just want to encourage you with this. This is two things that we can pray for Israel.